What is up, YouTube? My name is Ethan Schmidt, and a lot of you may know me on Instagram as Hybrid Runner. This is my very first YouTube post, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick little brief update on who I am for those of you who don't know and what I'm doing here. But yeah, basically how I got here. A lot of you know from my Instagram, I spent from the ages of about 14 to 24 addicted to hard drugs. Always had an addiction issue even before I started doing drugs. I remember when I was a little kid, I used to drink soda, like so many sodas, like almost like a 12 pack a day sometimes, and it led to like issues like obviously being overweight, but also really scary health issues like we had a cancer scare, I guess in my trachea or in my throat somewhere. Basically, the stomach acid was bubbling up into my throat, and it was killing the cells in the bottom of my throat, and it was cancerous. So we had a cancer scare. I had multiple infected stomach ulcers. I just destroyed the inside of my body with sodas. And looking back, that obviously should have been my first sign. But I graduated from that. I guess that happened from about the ages of 10 to 13. And then about 13 or 14 is when I started experimenting with pills. Mostly, a lot of you may have heard of a pill called Percocets. And yeah, from about 14 to 16, I would secretly do these like every weekend, maybe. Whenever I get my hands on them, sometimes I would come to school high on Percocets. I remember we used to do these things called like liquid Loratabs and stuff. But yeah, so addicted to opiates, and eventually, obviously, that graduated over to heroin. And then from heroin, it exposed me to other drugs such as cocaine, and obviously, after you spend a while addicted to cocaine, you graduate to crack. So towards the end, I was shooting up heroin, smoking crack. I weighed about 140 pounds total. I'm 6'1", so I looked like a mummy walking into rehab. I remember I walked into rehab my very first day, and they were like, "Sit down. We're gonna take a picture of you. You're gonna want to see this one day." And I remember on my 30th day when I left rehab, I looked at that picture and I almost couldn't even recognize myself. I wish I could get that picture now. Maybe they still have it. I should email them and ask. But yeah, I looked horrible. I had a suicide scare when I was in rehab. From rehab, I went to a halfway house. I lived in halfway for about a year, and I spent a good amount of time in something called IOP. It's kind of like a group therapy type of deal, I guess you would call it. I did that about 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, for about a year straight, and I got a lot of my shit straight there. I really did. Learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about accountability, discipline, just kind of what behaviors led me to be the person that I was, and led me to be in the situation that I was in. Wasn't an easy process. Definitely not. I wanted to give up so many times. So from there, I went back home to the Baltimore area. I live in a town called Havre de Grace, Maryland, about 45 minutes north of Baltimore. And I spent about, I guess, 4 or 5 months back home, and hadn't relapsed or anything like that. I never relapsed at all, still to this day, on heroin or crack or anything like that. And I was just miserable. I remember sitting in my truck like, I just want to kill myself. And I know a lot of people say that, but like, I was really at the point. I remember just sitting there in tears, just crying in my truck, and I was just like, something's got to give. Like, something's not right here. I thought like once I quit doing drugs, that was going to be it for me. Like, everything would be happy again, and life would be kind of normal. But I realized it still wasn't the case. About the only difference was, I guess, I wasn't getting high no more. Everything else, all the old feelings and stuff, they were there, just without drugs. So that's when I kind of started on a kind of like a fitness journey, I guess. I think right before Christmas Day, like I said, I was broke down in my truck crying. Wanted to commit suicide, relapse, and for some reason I ended up on a David Goggins video. I guess when he was interviewing with Joe Rogan. And then I've never been exposed to that type of mindset before. And then from there, I kind of went on my own journey on how to find my own strength and discipline and confidence, and overcome insecurities, and kind of just build up who I was. Because, 10 years coming off of drug addiction from your early teens to, mid-20s, you don't really know who the hell you are. In a lot of ways, I still don't know who I am. But fitness kind of helped me create some type of identity, gave me goals to work towards. I started by, I brought a pair of Brooks running shoes. I remember this. I brought a pair of Brooks running shoes and a Garmin, like a little Forerunner smartwatch to track my runs. And I get all laced up and I go out here, put my watch on, I'm all excited. I hit start, I start running, and I'm huffing and I'm puffing, and I stop. I'm like, my hands are on my knees, I'm dying. I hit stop on my watch. It literally 30 seconds. I just remember how defeated I felt. But like, it was the best feeling of defeat ever, because like, for the first time I was like, fuck that. We're coming back out here tomorrow, and if I have to, I'll run 31 seconds. And then just from there, I built it up. And then I got into a little bit of weightlifting as well, bodybuilding, and kind of steered away from running for a little bit. And I ended up building up a lot of muscle mass because I had lost a lot of weight from doing drugs, and I was basically like emaciated. I doubt I could have went much longer without dying. But yeah, then I just started building my body up, and COVID hits. So then I'm screwed. The gym closes. I don't know what to do anymore. And I look down, I see my old pair of Brooks running shoes. So I picked them back up, and now it's a wrap. Ever since then, I've been working towards the goal of becoming an ultra marathon runner. So far, my farthest run is only like 16 miles, but I've only been running a year. So I feel like that's a pretty decent accomplishment. On top of being like a weightlifter, I also focus on strength training and stuff like that too. I don't just run. So yeah, I was pretty excited to pick the running shoes back up and get back to that. And around that time is when I decided I'm going to make my Instagram. I'm going to try to connect with other people who have the goal of weightlifting or ultra running or just bettering themselves any way possible. So from there, I created my Instagram. I've connected over the past year with so many people. I think we got like 2,400. I got like 2,400 followers on there, and I've connected with people from all walks of life, from all around the world, and it's been amazing. So and that's how I kind of ended up here. I figured Instagram, and then the next logical step is YouTube. And yeah, from here, I want my first video to be about, since I gave you a little synopsis of myself, I want my first video to be about me committing to the 75 hard program. And for that, I'll go over the rules with you. Now, for those of you who don't know, 75 Hard was a program designed by a man named Andy Frisella. He started the First Form supplement company. You've probably seen it at some point, or you maybe have heard his podcast, Real AF with Andy Frisella. I've been a fan for a long time. I've heard him talk about the 75 Hard program many years now, so I figured it was time I try it. And the reason I wanted to try it is after the 75 days, I want to go into I'm planning on doing a race in January called the Santan Scramble, and I want to go into my ultra marathon training with like a certain mindset, with like a certain amount of momentum, you know what I mean? 75 Hard is like a mental discipline program. It structures your day. You follow a certain set of parameters, and you work towards goals. My goals are going to be for mostly just getting my body prepped for ultra marathon training, but also still focusing on strength training, which is what I do, hence the name hybrid runner, hybrid athlete. But yeah, I'm also attracted to the mental side of it though. I want to go into my training into January with some good momentum rolling forward. I still have some weight to lose, not like in an aesthetic sense, but for more efficiently to run. Obviously the extra pounds are not helping at all. But yeah, that's basically the main reason I wanted to begin this program, was just the mental aspect of it. And here are the rules. So rule number 1, drink 1 gallon of water a day. That should be simple enough for me. I live in the Arizona desert. I drink water like a fish, so that shouldn't be an issue. And it has to be plain water. Like if I drink something like, if I add electrolytes to my drink, I can't count that towards my water goal because it wasn't just straight up water. So it's 1 gallon of plain water a day. Number 2, perform 2 daily workouts, and they have to be 3 hours apart, and one of them has to be outdoors. This part shouldn't be hard for me either. And they also have to be 45 minutes apiece, at least. That part shouldn't be hard for me either. I lift weights usually, and then I go for a run in the evenings, or sometimes I'll run in the mornings. It just depends on my schedule. So I'm already doing the 2 workouts a day, but it's gonna be hard to do it consecutively for 75 days. So, but like something like stretching or yoga can be considered part of your workout. So it's not like you're gonna be risking overtraining. You gotta play it smart, obviously. All this, you gotta obviously play it smart. Don't be stupid, obviously, I guess. Like going outdoor, if it's a hurricane outside, don't go outside and fucking jog around like you're David Goggins. Unless you plan on becoming like a Navy SEAL or something, then I guess it might be good training. I don't know. Okay, so number 3, read 10 pages of a self-developmental book. Actually, it's Saturday night right now, and I'm going to commit myself to start the program on Monday, and I haven't decided what book I want to read just yet. 75 days and 10 pages a day, that's 750 pages. I could knock out a really good self-help book in that amount of time. I was actually thinking about cracking open the Bible. I'm guessing that counts as like a self-help type of reading. Number 4 is follow a diet. That one's simple. I mean, I already do that. I follow a macro diet. I eat based on what I need for my training as a hybrid athlete between strength training and running. I count every gram of protein, every gram of carbs, every gram of fats. I count all my calories. I know how many calories I burn a day. I know how many calories I eat a day. I know my in and out calorie count. So that part shouldn't be hard for me. And then number 5 is a daily progress picture. And I feel like this one might be the one that could trip me up, because it just seems like you could just go to bed and forget to take your picture. Or like, it just seems like it'd be easy to slip your mind. And if you miss that, it's back to day 1. If you're on day 74 and you're like, hell yeah, I'm getting to sleep early so I can wake up tomorrow and knock out my 75th day, and you forget to take a picture, you're gonna wake up on day 1 tomorrow, and it's gonna fucking probably suck to lose all that over a picture. But yeah, so yeah, everything on this list, no compromise, no cheats, 75 days straight. Once again, this is to build mental toughness, to gain momentum, to build some type of momentum towards an objective in your life. The program lets you choose it leaves that part open, so you kind of get control, you get an idea of what you want to do. You should go in there with some goals, obviously. Obviously I want to increase my mental capacity and physical capacity before I begin my ultra training for my ultra race in January. But yeah, it should be a very fucking interesting process. I can't wait to vlog it, I guess, for you guys. I'm gonna do like a weekly update, I guess. I have a GoPro. I'm gonna take it out on my trail runs with me, especially when I do my mountain runs. I love getting footage of that. And yeah, I'll sit down throughout the week, kind of update how I'm doing. Any tips or tricks I find along the way, I'll definitely update everybody on it. Hopefully this serves as a guide in the future for somebody else who wants to try the program. And I also, once again, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my first YouTube video. A lot of stuttering, a lot of mistakes, but I'm not a stranger to talking to the camera after being on IG for a month, so I have a feeling I'll get used to it. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video. It'll be should be like next Sunday or Monday. I'll have some fresh 75 hard content for you. Peace out.